Hello students, welcome to physics class. Today we discuss the temperature dependence of resistivity. In the last session, we derived an expression for the resistivity, and you know that resistivity rho of any metal or any material can be written as rho is equal to m by n e square into tau. Here rho is the resistivity, m is the mass of electron, n is the number density of electron, and E is the charge of electron, and tau is the relaxation time. It means the time interval between any two successive collisions. Now we discuss how the resistivity varies with the temperature. First, see for metal how resistivity varies with the temperature. As M and E are constant, then the resistivity depends on the number density and the relaxation time. As the number density of electron is almost independent of the temperature in case of metals, because in metal almost all electrons in the outermost shell are free electrons, so the number density of electron does not depends on temperature, but the relaxation time depends on temperature. Let us see what happened the relaxation time with the increase of temperature. When temperature increases, the thermal velocity of the electron, random thermal velocity of the electron increases, and the vibration or the amplitude of vibration of positive ions in the metal also increases. As a result, there is a more chance of collision between the electrons and the metal ions. So the collision frequency increases and the time interval between any two successive collision decreases. So we can say the relaxation time and temperature are inversely proportional. In metal, the relaxation time and temperature are inversely proportional. When temperature increases, relaxation time decreases. As a result, when the relaxation time decreases, we can say resistivity of the conductor increases. When resistivity increases, you can say conductivity decreases. That is the temperature dependence of resistivity and conductivity for metallic conductor. The resistivity increases with the increase of temperature, or otherwise we can say the conductivity decreases with the increase of temperature. So at a lower temperature, that is around at a room temperature, we can write the resistivity of any metal. Rho is equal to resistivity at that particular temperature is equal to rho 0 into 1 plus alpha into T minus T0. Here T is the given temperature and T0 is a lower temperature, a lower reference temperature. Usually we taking it is 20 degrees Celsius. Resistivity, this is the resistivity at a 20 degrees Celsius. T0 stands for 20 degree Celsius. So resistivity at a given temperature is equal to resistivity at a lower reference temperature into 1 plus alpha into T minus T0. Alpha is a constant. So this equation shows that resistivity is linearly increased with the increase of temperature. For metal, alpha, the constant alpha is almost positive. So you can say with the increase of temperature for metal, the resistivity is linearly increases with the temperature. So it's a linear equation. And alpha is known as the coefficient of resistivity. Alpha is known as temperature coefficient of resistivity. It depends on the nature of that material. So we can write the expression for the temperature coefficient of resistivity. Alpha is equal to, if you are rearranging this equation, we get alpha is equal to rho minus rho 0 divided by rho 0 into T minus T0. Here rho minus rho 0. This is the initial resistivity. This is the new resistivity at that given temperature. So rho minus rho 0 is actually the increase of resistivity divided by, this is the initial or original resistivity into T minus T0. T minus T0 is the increase of temperature. So the alpha is defined as increase in resistivity per unit resistivity per degree rise in temperature. Alpha is defined as the increase in resistivity per unit resistivity per degree rise in temperature. And unit of rho minus rho 0 and rho 0 getting cancelled. So the unit is degree Celsius raised to minus 1. Degree Celsius raised to minus 1. That is the unit of temperature coefficient of resistivity. We told that for metal it is positive and it is in the order of 10 raised to minus 3. 10 raised to minus 3 degrees Celsius raised to minus 1. For most of the metal, it is about 4 into 10 raised to minus 3 degrees Celsius raised to minus 1. So, the most of the metals, the resistivity increases at a lower temperature. Resistivity shows a large increase with a small rise in temperature. And here, a graph which is showing the variation of resistivity with the temperature for copper is given. At a lower temperature, when the temperature increases, the resistivity increases as a higher power of temperature. It means there is a large increase of resistivity even for a small increase of temperature. So this is the variation of resistivity with the increase of temperature for copper. Most of the metals showing such a relation is not linearly increasing. At a lower temperature, there is a rapid increase of resistivity. Then, how the resistivity of alloys changes? Usually, you know that alloys having somewhat higher resistivity than individual metals. At a lower temperature, the resistivity tends to 0 for almost all metallic conductor. But there is a residual resistivity for alloys. In this way, we can distinguish between the metal and alloys. At absolute 0, at a very low temperature or at absolute 0, almost all metal having 0 resistivity. But still, there is some resistivity for the alloys. And the temperature dependence of resistivity is shown in this diagram. And this graph is shown for the alloy nichrome. And you can see that with increase of temperature, when the temperature is very high, there is a slight dependence resistivity. That is, resistivity is increases, but the increase is very slow. That is, a very small increase of resistivity is there. Or otherwise, it is almost independent of temperature. Especially some alloys like manganese showing very slow changes or very low changes in resistivity, or otherwise better we can say it is almost independent of temperature. Resistivity of alloy is almost independent of temperature, but at a very high temperature it shows a very small increase in resistivity with the increase of temperature. The equation that showing the temperature dependence of resistivity can also use for the resistance. The resistance can write as resistance is equal to R is equal to R0 into 1 plus alpha into T minus T0. Here R is the resistance at a given temperature. R0 is the resistance at a lower reference temperature into 1 plus alpha into T minus T0. By the time we will call alpha as temperature coefficient of resistance. Alpha is the temperature coefficient of resistance and T minus T0 is the increase of temperature. R is equal to R0 into 1 plus alpha into T minus T0. The increase of resistance with the temperature. The equation which relate the increase of resistance of a metallic conductor with increase of temperature. R is equal to R0 into 1 plus alpha into T minus T0. Now let us see how the resistivity of semiconductors and electrolytes varies with the temperature. For semiconductors and insulators, the relaxation time is almost independent of temperature. But the number density of electron or charge carriers depends on the temperature. In semiconductor, the number density of electron or charge carriers at a given temperature is equal to N0 into e raised to exponential function e raised to minus Eg by kBt. Here, Nt is the number density of charge carriers at a given temperature, and N0 is the number density of charge carriers at a lower temperature, and Eg is the energy gap between the conduction and valence band. Is the energy gap between the conduction and valence band, and Kb is the Boltzmann constant, and T is the temperature. And it shows that there is an exponential increase of number density of charge carriers with the increase of temperature. There is an exponential increase in the number density of charge carriers with the increase of temperature. So, the resistivity and number density are inversely proportional. As the resistivity is inversely proportional to number density, we can write as the 1 by resistivity at a given temperature is equal to 1 by resistivity into e raised to minus Eg by kBt. It shows that the temperature and resistivity are inversely proportional. Temperature and resistivity are inversely proportional, and we can rewrite this equation as the resistivity at a given temperature is equal to resistivity at a lower reference temperature into e raised to Eg by kBt. We told you Eg is the energy gap between the conduction band and valence band in a semiconductor, and Kb is a Boltzmann constant. When the temperature increases, the resistivity decreases. So resistivity and temperature are inversely proportional. Inversely proportional. So alpha, the temperature coefficient of resistivity, is negative for all semiconductor. The temperature coefficient of resistivity is negative for all semiconductor. That is, with increase of temperature, resistivity decreases, or with the decrease of temperature, resistivity increases. You can say the resistivity become infinite if the temperature decreases. If the temperature decreases, the resistivity of a semiconductor become infinite, and it just behave like as our insulator. So this is the variation of the resistivity of a semiconductor with increase of temperature. Can be used for the graph of carbon or any other semiconductor. With the increase of temperature, resistivity is decreases. Now for electrolyte also conducting substance. For electrolyte, the temperature increases. When the temperature increases, the interionic attraction decreases. With the increase of temperature, interionic attraction decreases. You know that in electrolytes, ions are the charge carriers. They are helping for the conduction. So the force of attraction between the ions decreases with the increase of temperature, and the viscosity or the viscous force decreases. The viscous force decreases with the increase of temperature. As a result, the ions move more freely. The interionic force decreases, viscosity decreases, so the ions can move more freely through the electrolyte, and hence conductivity increases. Once the electrons or ions move more freely, the conduction or conductivity increases. When conductivity increases, we can say the resistivity decreases with the increase of temperature. So for all electrolyte, with increase of temperature, the interionic attraction decreases, viscosity decreases, the freedom of ion increases, so conductivity increases, and hence resistivity decreases. So this is the variation of resistivity for electrolyte. Now let us discuss why alloys like constantan or manganese are usually using for making the standard resistors that you are using in many electric devices. For making the standard resistors, usually we are using the metal alloys like a constantan or manganese. The reason is that you already know that alloys have high value of resistivity. When comparing to the individual metals, alloys have high value of resistivity. That's one of the reason, because when you are making a resistor, it should have high resistivity. Then the second reason, they have very small temperature coefficient of resistivity. It means their resistivity or resistance not rapidly change with the temperature. So their resistance does not change appreciably even for several degree of rise in temperature. Even the temperature changes, the resistivity and resistance is almost temperature independent. They are not changed with the increase of temperature. So usually we are using this alloys for making the standard resistors. And the third reason, they are least affected by atmospheric conditions like air, moisture, etc. If you are making electronic or electrical devices, it should be protected from the moisture or any other atmospheric conditions. So they are least affected by atmospheric condition than our metals. So we are preferring the alloys for making the standard resistors. And the fourth one, their contact potential with the copper is small. And usually when you are making some connections or when you are making some circuit, usually there will be a contact between the resistor and copper wires, so the contact potential is very small. So that's why the we are preferring the alloys for making the standard resistors. Thank you.